The 2017 NFL draft was fucking absurd. You had players like Christian McCaffrey, Patrick Mahomes, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, and then also like players like Marshon Lattimore. You also had some busts though, Deshaun Watson, Solomon Thomas, Mitch Trubisky. A lot of big names just out of the draft, busts and like superstars. Like this draft was actually even more stacked past those huge players. You also have players like Adoree Jackson, Jonathan Allen, Marlon Humphrey, David Njoku, Ryan Ramchick, Tre'Davious White. A lot of just big names. Leonard Fournette, he's not that big of a name, but good player. We got Dalvin Cook. A lot of big names. There's more like that are in the NFL still. Like Zay Jones, Budda Baker. Like there's so many big names. Joe Mixon, Demarcus Walker. Not Demarcus Walker. Dalvin Tomlinson, kind of. Just a lot of big names out of this draft. Juju Smith-Schuster. Nah, he's not that big of a name. He's just a TikTok boy. Alvin Kamara though, Cooper Kupp. Just a lot of fucking big ass names actually. Like it's absurd, but hey, we're gonna be putting this all these players onto one Madden NFL team um in franchise mode. So we're just gonna put them on that roster, put every single player on that roster, see how well they do, and then stack that up against like all the other years. Like 2018 is going to be next, and 2019, 2020. We're just going to keep going until we see which team did the absolute best. I mean, it will change a little bit because the league will change a little bit, like over time. It's just going to happen. But yeah, it seems like the smartest, but we are going to look at the draft like in order who was picked, and then we will jump into the Madden franchise mode. All right, here are some of the names like in the first round. First overall, Myles Garrett. We got Mahomes at 10. People are like, "Oh, like they should have, he should have gone first overall," which yeah, he kind of should have a little bit. He should have went to the Bears at second overall, but all these players ahead of him, like they were just position needs. Cleveland with a D lineman, 49ers with an O line or a D line. I can't think D lineman. Jaguars with a running back. It makes a lot of sense that these teams went for these positions. But yeah, Christian McCaffrey and Myles Garrett were two big ass names that went ahead of Mahomes. Right after him though, Marshon Lattimore. I really can't speak tonight. Marshon Lattimore, but then we got busts like Deshaun Watson and Derek Barnett. But after that, Marlon Humphrey, Jonathan Allen, Adoree Jackson, and then OJ, bro. I really can't speak today. It's insane. No other like big names except for like Evan Ingram, Jabril Peppers, then Trey White, and then yeah, David Njoku, T.J. Watt, Reuben Foster, Ryan Ramchick, Cam Robinson, a lot of big names. Budda Baker, like Dalvin Cook, yeah, just a lot of big names out of this draft, like especially in the first and second round. Joe Mixon. This team has like really good depth too. Like there's like five really good running backs that were drafted out of here. Like Alvin Kamara as well. Like it's got a lot of depth. Cooper Kupp. I'm pretty sure George Kittle is on this team in the fifth round. Yes, George Kittle is on this team. Yeah. Crazy, crazy draft. All right, here are those players on a Madden team on the same roster. It looks good, but the O line is a big question mark. It's fucked, Like the interior is not good for that draft, but the tackles are good, they're good. And then the weapons are just insane from the 2017 draft, like George Kittle, David Njoku. Like we already went through all these players, so I'm not gonna say them again. But just every single position is filled with depth. Like wide receiver's not the greatest, but hey, it's still good. Just yeah, the O line. That's the only hole in this draft, I'd say. This draft class. Kind of linebacker too, but you got Matt Milano helps that out a little bit. Some of these players we actually haven't gone or like haven't seen: Trey Hendrickson, Grover Stewart, um, Kenny Moore. Yeah, there's some names that we haven't seen yet. Kareem Hunt. Wait, I think these guys are just random players that aren't in that draft. I don't think. Yeah, I think they are. Um, yes. So for wide receiver, we only did four. So yeah, Justin Watson and Juju are not 2017 guys. So yeah, the backups are not from the 2017 draft, but I mean we got Deshaun Watson for QB. Like we have enough where if somebody gets hurt, then they'll have a replacement. Yeah, this is an insane blitzing edge. T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett with Jonathan Allen and Grover Stewart in the middle, and then Matt Milano protecting behind them with a great secondary too. This team's gonna go really far. I already know. This team actually could definitely go 17-0. But yeah, the only really issue is the offensive line. But whatever. Let's see how well this team does in this year. But yeah, the stats are probably gonna be insane too. But guess we're gonna have to find out. All right, this team went 17-0. Okay, just like I predicted. Let's see, can they go 20-0 though? Let's look at these stats before we advance through the playoffs. 7,000 offensive yards, almost. What the fuck? Ooh, excuse me. Um, Patrick Mahomes only second for yards. That's a little concerning. Yeah, just over 4,400 yards. 42 TDs to one pick. That is actually absurd. With almost an 80% completion percentage. Almost 9 average, only sacked 17 times. That's actually kind of surprising for those tackles. They're not that great. I mean, Ryan Ramczyk is good, but left tackle's not really. But still well, still did well. Christian McCaffrey with almost 1,600 yards and 12 TDs with almost a 6 average. What the fuck? Um, with that interior is kind of absurd. Joe Mixon with almost 5 average with 15 TDs as well. That's absurd. And yeah, almost 600 yards. Mahomes with almost 302 TDs. We really got so many fucking points. What the fuck, man? George Kittle with just over 1,100 yards and 15 TDs. Then Cooper Kupp with just over 1,106 TDs. And then Godwin with just over 807 TDs. And last but not least, Mike Williams with almost 708 TDs. None of them really did that well receiving, like average wise. But hey, it's good enough, you know. Good enough to win. We got 17-0, so you we know we can win. We may not get the best average, but whatever. Let's see who allowed the most sacks. It was actually Ramchick. What the fuck? Dion Dawkins. Like I kept saying his name wrong for some reason. Dion Dawkins literally it just did insanely well. I guess. What the fuck? Let's look at defense though. Matt Milano with the most tackles, 110. Then Alex Anzalone with 82. And then Marlon Humphrey with 73. Then for tackles for loss, we got Myles Garrett with 19. Jonathan Allen with 10. TJ Watt really did not do that well. 44 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 9.5 sacks though. 2 deflections. But every game, you just didn't play that many downs. Yeah, that's actually kind of surprising. It's like a 98 overall or some shit like that. Or 96. But for sacks, Myles Garrett with 14, Trey Hendrickson with 11, and then Jonathan Allen with 10.5. Damn. Huh. Yeah, it's kind of surprising. But last but not least, let's look at interceptions. We got Trey White with 4 picks. Then we got Matt Milano with 2, and then Budda Baker with 2, as well as a few other guys with 1. We did really well, I'd say. Oh, please tell me. Oh, no, this is the rookie, bro. So he helped out a tiny bit. Only had 4 tackles, but he did get a pick. I mean, I feel like we still would have done that well, even without him helping out. I still think we would be 17-0. Let's look at these team stats. Offensive yards, yeah, almost 7,000, and that's obviously first. Defensive yards is only second. these playbooks are not like the most insane. They're just pretty good. Points scored first, and the points allowed doesn't even tell us. Wow. But yeah, like these playbooks aren't like that exceptional. Aaron Rodgers got third for yards. That's kind of crazy. Ooh, we beat the Chargers 24 nothing. Oh my gosh. And yeah, get the number one seed. Makes sense. We go 17 to 0. But my prediction for these games are Ravens win that, Texans win that, Jets win that. I could actually kind of if we switch the Jaguars and the Texans, I could see this actually being the play like the seeding for the AFC like this year. I could see it happening. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I could see it. Because I think the Bills will make it. But for the NFC, Cowboys, I think the Lions are gonna win that. I think the 49ers are gonna win that. I could also see this in the playoffs for the NFC. I gotta see the Seahawks in there though. Maybe replacing the Commanders. Commanders did look good though. But then last but not least, I would say the Saints won that. I should know the Eagles won that. Eagles won that. Let's see though. Okay, my controller's randomly not working. Great. My dog is just being nasty. You keep thinking I'm hearing shit, but I'm just going crazy. Let's see who we're facing in the divisional. Is it a good matchup? It's a decent matchup against the Jets. The Jets demolished the Bengals. Wow, 24-3, and the Jags beat the Texans 17-7. Wow. The Packers beat the Lions 35-14. The Commanders beat the 49ers 21-14. Wow, some upsets. A lot of upsets. Holy shit. For the NFC, every single away team won. That is kind of crazy. And then for the AFC, every home team won. That's kind of crazy. But we are at home in this matchup. We're not going to be jumping in. Like, I feel like we know we're going to win this. I'm not going to do any of the storylines, though. Let's see. Do we beat the Jets in the divisional round? Yes, we do. Just barely. That is not good looks. Now we're facing the Ravens in the conference championship. Cowboys won their game. Eagles won theirs. Now the Cowboys and the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Or not in the Super Bowl, in the championship. So it's basically, I'm going to predict Chiefs, Cowboys. We're going to have to see if that ends up happening. But let's advance and let's see if it is going to happen. And, yeah, let's see if we beat the Ravens. We do 34-31. It was close again, but we win. So this 2017 draft class just looks absurd. It looks really fucking good. Yeah, it's great. But yeah, I don't think any other team or not any other team. I don't think any other draft class is gonna be able to do this fucking well. Like this is just absurd. It's absurd how fucking well like this class is. How many good players are in this class. It's just yeah, it's fucking crazy. A few of them are should probably gonna be in the Hall of Fame. I know Mahomes is McCaffrey, probably T.J. Watt, maybe Myles Garrett if he starts, doing better. Like he's just not really doing that well statistically, and he's not even doing that well on a team. Like he hasn't gone to a Super Bowl at all. Like yeah, he's got to get something going. But still, really, really, really stacked team. Well, not just team, but class. All right. Let's jump in. Well, let's see. How much did the Cowboys win by? 24-21. Wow, so both games were within 3 points. Damn. All right. Let's jump into this matchup. We're going to watch if this 2017 draft class can beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Cowboys have lost a couple pieces because we took them. like Malik Hooker. I think we have. I think we have Malik Hooker, and then a few other pieces I can't really think of. But the frames are bad, but whatever. We're gonna go by quarter. Who's on the board first? We are 7-0. Um, then the 2017 class scores again, but then the Cowboys respond back, and then the 2017 class scores again. I'm just gonna say 2017 versus Cowboys. So 17-3 into the halftime. Now let's see how the Cowboys respond afterwards. Okay, the Chiefs were the 2017 scores again. That's not good looks. Looks like the Chiefs or the 2017 class is going to win this one. It's 24-10, 31-10. They Cowboys respond back, but it's too late. 31-17 is the final score. Wow, this 2017 class wins the Super Bowl. Goes 20-0. That is just absurd. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, fucking absurd. There's McCaffrey. I kept him at 23 just because that's his new brand. Got Mahomes there. George Kittle finally getting a ring. Yup. Yes, sir. You just saw Cooper Kupp. Wow, Cooper Kupp gets a second. But yeah, that is a great ending. Now we're just gonna see the season recap and like see who won each award, and then that will be the end of this video. But yeah, really fucking great shit. Like Super Bowl's more important than the awards, obviously. So we already got like this class already did what was like the hardest and what was like the most important. So after this, it's just like extra shit. But well, okay, we'll look at the season recap, but I'm gonna glance at this real quick. Okay, so yeah, he doesn't win MVP. We do not win Coach of the Year, and everybody should, do what my name says. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Or at least just check out my content. Not that type of content. Rasheed. Oh yeah, Rasheed Rice on the Jets because of Mike Williams. Yeah, I was like, wait a second, that's weird. Xavier Worthy on the Bills. That's pretty crazy. CJ Mosley does. Wow, absurd. Looks like yeah, we don't win any awards. That's crazy. Well, yeah, we're gonna look at just the season recap. Who wins Super Bowl MVP, shit like that. But yeah, this class I don't think is ever gonna be like I don't think another class is gonna be as close as this one. Yeah, George Kittle gets Super Bowl MVP. Actually, we do win Coach of the Year. Yes, sir. That just shows you guys, like checking my channel, subscribe, turn on noties. I'm gonna make a lot more content like this. And I mean, if you show enough love, will instantly, literally in like a few days, we'll post another one of these, which it'll be the 2018 one. Off the top of my head, I don't know a lot of the players' names from the 2018 draft. Like really any of them? Maybe I think. Wait, no, not Dak Prescott. Maybe it is Dak Prescott. It's either no, that's 2016 with Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I have no clue, bro. I'm too tired for this. But yeah, just check out my channel. Check out some of my other videos. I'll be posting a lot more upcoming 3 videos a week. So yeah, just be sure to check that shit out. But peace.